Okay, this working is a send him to jail spell. So I've called upon the black Santa Morte statue, the black robe. The black robe, as I've said before, is good for obviously negative workings. It's also very good for if you want to be protected by the Santa Morte. That is another one of the black robe aspects is protection. Uh, she's very good for hex busting in that black form. So it's not just all about negativity, if you know what I mean. Uh, Again, I have to emphasize the fact that the Santa Morte is not a genie in a bottle. The Santa Morte, she will give it the result to you if it is just and if it is fair. And I think a lot of the spirit realm is like that. Do you know what I mean? It's something that has to be fair and just. A lot of love work and stuff, people that have wronged you and all the rest. Yes, these things are just and fair, and sometimes we need to bring everything back into balance again, and that is when things are allowed to happen. Uh, so I've made a puppet of the contestant. I have baptized it, so it's more than just a little doll. Sorry, I'm gonna have to start wearing lighter clothes because you can't actually see, but it's just a basic little puppet kind of thing. And I do load it with the photograph and the name and whatever bits and pieces I have, information and herbs, roots, powders, whatever I have pertaining to the cause. So I have put some gel oil on this doll. I'm also going to put a bit of banishing. Is this banishing? Because we want to get rid of the person, so banishing is a good way forward. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to use some black yarn to actually tie and bind this person up. This person deserves this in every way, shape and form. This person is a violent. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to, I don't want to give too much away. But excuse me, the client is basically. I don't want her to think I'm telling the story when it's not mine to tell. But this person is violent towards women. So you get the drift, don't you? So I'm taking the two little arms behind. I'm pulling them behind the doll, and I'm going to tie that up, and I'm going to bind it away from me. So the arms are bound like in little handcuffs, and I'm going to tie them tight. That will stop him from harming anyone. With this bind, you will no longer harm anyone in this lifetime. I'll try and see if I can get it into 3 little knots. If not, it doesn't matter. As long as it's tied tight, that's the main thing. And I'm going to do the same with the legs, because we will really want this person to stay away and to stop using, if they stay away, no one will be harmed kind of thing. So we're binding the feet. Again, the same sort of thing. You will no longer, with this bind, you will no longer harm anyone. You'll stay away from the lady in question. You will do her no harm. There's nowhere left for you to run. It is over and it is done. One last thing is I'm going to use a piece of ribbon as a gag across the face of it to stop any harsh words, and also a gag and a mask. So I'm covering the eyes and the mouth with this little piece of ribbon. You're just going to completely hit this person into complete darkness. And I have made some of my, I just call it black water. It is it's a ghastly concoction that I make, and it's basically water from not a very nice place, and I've mixed it with black salt, graveyard dirt, gopher dust, and things like that. Sorry, this is just a little bit fiddly, but I'm nearly there. There we go. And I'm going to put this into the jar, head down, like so. And there's my black water, if you can see that. Again, if you're going to do something like this, use, make your own. I don't really go into too many details about all the bits and pieces that I do use in it, because I use quite a bit of stuff. There's ground down snake skin and stuff like that put in it. So an alum powder to shut people up. It's also good, if you've got someone going to court. Alum powder, I always say alum powder is a great thing to silence a witness. But in this case, this is basically to get rid of someone, to shut them up, to get them out of your life, and just to, make them disappear. So cayenne powder mixed with chili, and that is going to raise basically things to get to boiling point in his life, and we want things to get hot. And the Santa Morte is a hot scent as well. So basically what that means is she's fiery in her nature, so and also considered to work quickly. This client, I don't want to say too much, this client did a petition with me a few months ago, which turned out to be very, very, very successful. And it happened, the results came in very quickly. It was to do with neighbours that were bothering them. Just popping the petition in there as well. And she's great faith in the Santa Morte, and the Santa Morte came through really quickly for the client. And she's now, as far as I know, she's living in peace. She's not having much bother with those noisy, arrogant neighbours. So the Santa Morte, even through the simple thing as a petition, came through quickly. Anyway, the main thing is jail dirt from a jail. So I'm putting some of that in there. So that's like attracting like. That's why I'm using jail dirt. I can put a bit of sulfur in there as well, just so that we can. Sulfur is good for discord. I should also say that. The water, that black water, there is vinegar and lime juice in that, because it's all for souring someone's life, making their life basically their life just to take a downward nosedive kind of thing. So that is the reason for the lime and the vinegar. And I do use a dark vinegar, but vinegar is vinegar. At the end of the day, it serves the same purpose. So I'm going to put some, this is a little mix I use for discord. It's also very good for confusion. It's got poppy seeds in there and black mustard seeds. Really, really helps with discord. I'm going to put in some graveyard dirt as well, because I would like the spirits of the dead to help in this. Also with the Santa Morte, and also I would like this to become something that is very final, and graveyard dirt is good for things that are final. If you want something to be long lasting, that's what you want. I could also put a bit of destruction powder in there, because I really feel this person needs this. Just a tiny bit. This stuff is vile. It's highly toxic as well, so I need to just be careful I don't snort it. Put in 1 or 2 little oils just to have, but I really do have enough, I think. Okay, this one, that's not the right one. Where are you? I have one I'm looking for. It's like an expose me oil kind of thing. It exposes the person to basically the legal system. Oh, I should have had it sitting ready. Apologies. Where are you? One second. Okay. And always cleanse yourself after doing this. Cleanse, saltwater bath, Florida water, whatever you've got, cleanse. No, this dirt. I thought I'd use a little bit of this dirt. It's a special little ingredient. It's from an asylum. I should probably tell you, because I would like this spell. I want this person to basically lose it, and want this person to remain imprisoned, or in a mental home, or a hospital, or whatever. I just don't want this person out again. So that's why I've used that. And let me see. I really need to get some sharp objects in there. I'm going to put smashed light bulb to take the light out of this person's life. And I think some pins. So I'm just going to get them and put them in the jar. Okay, so I put everything in the jar, and there we go. So I'm going to burn some black candles on that, and I'll be burning some bleeding candles on that. I've actually got one beside me as I'm working. You know what I mean by bleeding candle. They're not the easiest things to come by, but there was one, and it's bleeding nicely, if you can see that. So all you see there is it dripping down, basically, and that's it bleeding. So that will go on the top of the jar. A new one, obviously. Oh, these candles can be so mega messy. And I'll alternate between bleeding candles and black candles, because we really want to bring as much discord to this person as possible, so that he ends up banged up. I'm going to look at a few cards, and that will remain on Santa Marti's altar until I hear that something has basically happened to him, and I'll shake it up on the days that I'm working on it. I'll do a lot of candle work on it from time to time, just to keep everything flowing, and like I said, cleansing. If you could make cleansings as part of your, weekly rituals, that would be very good too. And keep yourself, clean of all this, because at the end of the day, even though this is, in my opinion, it's justified, you're still working. I mean, the Santa Morte is she's a even though she's all about life, she's still a spirit of the dead, if you know what I mean. And we just want to make sure, although I'm not afraid of the Santa Morte, I love the Santa Morte. I really love her and everything that she has bestowed with regards to my life. I don't fear her in any way. I know she's all about life and stuff, but it's because I've had a long-term working relationship with her, but some people may not, and you just have to be careful. You have to be careful around all spirits. Show them respect, and they, and in turn, will show you good things in life. It's all about respect. And personally, I wouldn't work with her unless you have a relationship built up with her. But everyone's different as to what they think and stuff. But I think it's important to have that relationship with her first before you ask for anything. It took me a while. Oops! It took me, and it fell off the table there. It took me a while before I, started to actually ask for things. It took me a while before I realized that she's willing to work for me. She wanted that. She came to me in my dream state. So if you're, trying to see if she wants to work with you and stuff, always watch your dreams. Keep a notepad beside your bed, kind of thing. I think that will, help you. But she made herself very clear to me in her white robe. And it was a strange dream. She was handing me flowers, roses, and I knew it was an act of love and acceptance, and I haven't looked back ever since. And we're going on 10 years or maybe more. So, and I have a space set up devoted to her in my home, and I do make regular offerings to her on my, on behalf of myself and on behalf of clients as well. So I will be doing another round probably of petitions if anyone is interested in that. But anyway, give me a second because I do have some cards that I selected on this case. 1 second. Okay. So just look at a few oracle cards, and I'll look at a few of these Lenormand cards as well. Okay. So we're probably tuning into a lot of the here and now, and near future and down the line. So I'm seeing him as the snake, and we've got this card beside him, the cross and the scythe. So I think when you least expect something to happen to him, that's when it will happen. And he's gonna come up against a decision about health. Yeah, something around him regarding a decision to do with health. That's interesting. So I don't know if that resonates with you. Maybe not now, but I think in down the line it will. You will hear. I think you will hear about the difficulty that he's going to run into. That will be good news to you, and I think he's going to try and get himself out of it. Obviously, he's going to try and get himself out of it, but that won't work. The mice card tells me, this is just going to eat him up, and he deserves everything that's coming his way. And yeah, you're going to hear about that. Someone will tell you about it. So I have a feeling this is actually going to happen sooner than later, which is what we want. And just looking at a few oracle cards to cross-reference. So the first card is destruction, and that is all about what he is causing: destruction and secrets. Dark-haired man, that's probably him. And then we've got wisdom. This is where you come in. I think this is all about you, wisdom and power. Because the magic is the power. And only people that are wise, they know that magic is the power. And will turn the situation around regarding the woman. That woman, I feel, is the poor woman that is involved in all of this. And I do think she will go on to new beginnings. And the card patience has come up. And justice. I wasn't expecting to see this actually, but I was hoping for it. I'm really, really, really happy that this card, justice, because that is exactly what I want to see and what I want to happen. We want that all to happen, as soon as possible. But like I said, you have faith. You have faith in our bonny lady, and I'm sure she will help this situation out. It's. I was saying to another client that I had the other day, love spells are something that when you take it to someone like the Santa Muerte or any other spirit, with love spells you've got the free will of the person, and you're up against that free will. But with regards to being wronged in life, someone that's doing, like this kind of abuse or sexual abuse kind of thing, that is when it's about a moral thing, and that is when I think the Santa Muerte kicks in really quickly, because Santa Muerte doesn't like people that do that sort of thing. And, you know, I think that's when you'll see her work really quickly, like what happened with regards to you and your situation. That turned around very quickly for you. Uh, so yeah, you know, the Santa Muerte is all about uh, bringing the scales into balance again. And karma is one of those things that, you know, karma is misunderstood. I do believe that, yeah, there's karma, but I think it's the kind of thing that uh, it's not dished down automatically by some sky wizard kind of thing. It doesn't work that way. I think, uh, you know, sometimes you just need to go out and make the changes yourself because, you know, if you're waiting for karma, it'll be a long time sometimes in coming. But that's a different video and that's a different subject. But all that to say is that she will take care of things because at the end of the day, it's wrong. It's just wrong. So, more videos on the way. Next one up is for a lovely client, and it's to do with workplace idiots. We've got bullies in the workplace, and that is my next video, which will be up in the next day or so. And if you're waiting on a video, please be patient. These videos are quite time consuming, and I'm a little behind, but you'll get your video. But yeah, I'm doing one for workplace people that are women that bully in the workplace. I've been there. I've been in that predicament myself. So that's the next video, and it'll be up very very soon. So have a good evening. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll speak to you all again very very soon.